Let's talk. Peacefully, calmly. And you motherfuckers be playing! Anyway, Dr. Driscoll, Bustin' Bits. Yo, let's talk about the video game awards. So, I want to make one thing clear first, okay? One thing. I have not played Ghost of Tsushima. I have not played Hades. I have not played Doom Eternal. And I have not played Final Fantasy Remake, okay? I just want to get that out of the way. So it's not like I'm coming from a place of like higher expertise this time. All right? Every other time, your boy is coming from a place of like infinite knowledge, nigga.
The prophecy is true.
But for this one, I'm lacking. However, let's talk about the game that did win Game of the Year, and that was The Last of Us Part 2. Your boy has played The Last of Us Part 2 because I mean, who didn't enjoy the first one? This one, I was supposed to get around to this and then my house burned down and yada yada. Fuck that, all right? You don't care about that. You care about these games.
Nah, fast forward that shit.
The issue here with The Last of Us Part 2, and I just want to say this all together. It's a good game first, okay? I'll give it its points. It's a good game with like, you know, the gameplay, the visual effects, the sound design. I'll give it where credit is due. But that storyline, trash. Let's go ahead and get into that. First off, it was essentially, for me, I felt like I was playing LGBTQ the game. That's fine that you have gay characters and stuff, but you know where it really starts to hurt the game and like hurt any message is when you become overly preachy in something. For example, Ellie and Dina are gay. Woo, let's throw it in your face. You know, the little trans kid is trans, and they literally did like a little preachy thing about like, well, the traditionals and blah, blah, blah of our society. It's like, dude, your foreshadowing is so bad on the gay movement, I was able to call that Jesse was gonna get killed. By the way, I just call him sperm donor, which anyone should, because that's all he really is in this game, and we knew this from the get-go. I knew this from the get-go. Once Dina said she just wants to live on the farm with Ellie, but when she got pregnant, it was a wrap. I knew sperm donor had to die. It would have been better if you would have made it like the Maury show, because like this nigga, he knows it's his kid. Was he ready? I don't know, but could he have confronted, hey, this is my kid? But nope, they didn't want to do that because they wanted to give more power to the gay people, the gay couple. They didn't even fucking care about this nigga in the end. They weren't like, hey, this was Jesse's kid. This is fucking our kid, you know, like now because of thanks to Jesse's sperm getting in me, and somehow I end up having a kid now that we can take it. 2 tacos can't make a kid. We know this now. But you see where that gay movement kind of just, it took over the whole game, and I'm just going, oh yeah, this storyline. The whole time. I do not care that Ellie was gay. I didn't care in the first one I found out. I was like, oh shit, she's gay. Cause she didn't rub it in her face. She was just like, hey, get up on this counter. We about to kill some shit. Oh yeah, by the way, give me some of that chocolate thunder. That was it. I don't feel good playing games that just throw morals in my face like that. No one does. No one wants, oh, white people are all bad because of you. Like, no one would play that game. People flip the fuck out that Jax said what he said in the ending of Mortal Kombat. So that's the issue with The Last of Us, and that's why it should not have won Game of the Year. Now, Driscoll, you haven't played any of the other games. What game would have won then? In my opinion, Ghost of Tsushima is the only game that could have won. First off, let's go ahead and just exclude Final Fantasy Remake. Yes, the remakes are dope. Remakes have been coming out, and these are what remakes should look like. People have been porting games and calling it a remake. That's not a remake, all right? Obviously, Capcom's like doing really good with their remakes of Resident Evil, and then the Final Fantasy remakes, I love what they did with it. It's a dope game. But it can't win because we've already played this game years ago. So the storyline, we know what's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So that's not, you can't throw something in there that we've already played years ago. Well, you play it a different way, Driscoll, and they might have added this, that, and the third. Cute, okay? I don't care. That doesn't equal the whole game being, if they redid the entire game and like what the fucking storyline is, we'll talk. But for the most part, we know what's gonna happen. Yeah, so with that being said to that's why they can't win. Doom Eternal would be the second game easily kicked out. Just because, what is Doom Eternal? It's literally just like a, hey, demons over there, hardcore kill them. You know, just shoot them, blast them, chunk them, whatever you can do. Like, I've never really seen Doom be any more than a game like that. I mean, there's probably a storyline where you just gotta kill the boss of hell, and they probably added, but it's such a weak storyline that the gameplay to storyline ratio is literally gameplay over storylines. It's like the gameplay saving that game. No one gives a fuck about that storyline. Let's be real here. The next game that would be easily to eliminate is Animal Crossing. Animal Crossing, so a lot of us like the game because we were quarantined with it. I can feel that if you say, oh, well, this game is actually really dope because there's so much stuff you can do. I hear you, 110%. However, let's go ahead and say, I'm gonna have to give you my reason why it shouldn't have won. Back in the day when Animal Crossing came out and events happened, you know, like Christmas came and your whole world was snowy, and fall came and it was a different season. Like the season changes and all that shit back in the day when it first came out were fun for the reason of we did not have any other game to play. So therefore, that game being a chore was fun because there wasn't games coming out in unison. And when I, first off, being a poor kid, I learned to love my games. Now that I'm a little older and I can buy every game, which also games come out so fucking fast, I could literally go buy a game right now and another game of that same type will come out, which already has. Let's say I put money in Genshin Impact. Well, guess what? There's another game called Craftopia that's like it. Or there's Rise of Phoenix. Which one do I want to play here now? You see what I'm saying here? Like the way games are coming out now and the way things, I do not have time to constantly do a chore in a video game. I do not care. I do not want to do a chore in a video game anymore. And then the way they do that is also by, they drip us content. Like, you think I have time as an adult to just play that game, come back every month, every event? I do not, okay? I do not give a shit about that. I don't have the time. I have to go get money. I have to raise kids, nigga. It is what it is. And let me go ahead and stop you right there before you say, well, let's say Animal Crossing is for kids. My son has a cell phone. My son also has Animal Crossing. We bought 3 copies, okay? And that's what the issue was before. He's playing his cell phone. He does not give a fuck about Animal Crossing, primarily because he doesn't care. Games nowadays also have to be really easy for kids to play, and Animal Crossing has too much shit. He doesn't even clean his room, and you want him to clean an island. You lose. You fucking lose. And then no one gives a shit about the stuff coming out. There are people who still love that game. That community, it's a dope community. And he just wants to play his easier games on his phone. You lose. You don't even get the kids to play it, and you can't get adults with responsibility to play it. So who do you get? Apparently like lowlives with nothing but time to play it. I shouldn't have said lowlife. Let me go ahead and start my apology tour right here. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have called you a lowlife. Maybe you're not a lowlife. Maybe you're just a person with time and you earned that time. Maybe you're a scumbag who fucked people over and made millions of dollars. You would be the lowlife that I'm talking about. But for the other people who are playing Animal Crossing, you seem like genuinely nice people, except for the ones who decided to ruin Animal Crossing by putting a bunch of porn in it. You my niggas, actually. I love y'all because I actually downloaded a lot of your stuff and it's probably in my island right now. My kids can't come to my island. Anyway, getting back to where I was. Well, let's talk about the multiplayer because they were also nominated for multiplayer. What multiplayer? What can you do with multiplayer? What good is multiplayer? What? What's that? It's not good at all? Oh. Well then this is why this game can't win. Animal Crossing is out of its element. It is out of its era. Back in the day, like I said, it was fun because we had nothing but time. Now we have more than enough time and also shit ton of games. Animal Crossing has lost. I've never played Hades. I just told y'all that. With Hades, I don't know. But what I do know is I think it's made by the same people who did Bastion. So let me go ahead and compare those. And this is the only thing I'm coming from. You could say it's not like Bastion. That's fine. Obviously, I said I didn't play it, so I don't know. But I'm just going to go ahead and compare it to Bastion because that's the only thing I have to compare it to. Okay, and that's by the same people, and it looks the same style. Actually, it has the same like textures and everything. It's just a different like whatever. But I don't know anything about it, and like I said, just comparing it to Bastion, it could have won. Over and above all, Ghost of Tsushima had a more visually stunning, I guess, presentation, but it looks like something I would definitely play. I would actually probably go buy out when I get my next check. Like that's kind of what I want to do. Ghost of Tsushima should have won. I just told you why The Last of Us should not have won. No one wants to play Your Moral Compass, the game, or hey, look at us gay people, the game, or someone do that. Someone make a video game making white people feel bad. Make them feel that white guilt. And then I want it to win Game of the Year, Jeff Keighley, you bitch nigga. If you feeling uncomfortable by that already, that's why they shouldn't have won. Dr. Driscoll, I busted the bits of you stupid motherfuckers, including Jeff Keighley, because that nigga, he is the Stephen A. Smith of video game world. That's not a compliment, by the way. That is actually a deep insult. Stephen A. Smith is a very uncantered guy. You can make a good gay game without throwing it in our face. People like if you're just part of the society. This is why no one wants trans bathrooms. It doesn't make any sense. I gotta sit here and piss next to a nigger hater, and then all of a sudden you get to go and feel safe in your safe space, but God forbid you want to still be known as whatever the fuck gender you are. It doesn't make